Good morning, YouTubians. Thank you for coming to my video. This is Bob Cooper in Shasta Lake, California. Northern California, where it's cold and windy and rainy and snowy and icy and all those good things. Um, but today it's just a little windy, a little breezy, and a little cold. And hopefully I will not get a cold from being outside. So, so I am working on a 1999 Ford um, bus. It's a shuttle bus, and I got one big problem. Now, how I got it here is another story. How I got it here was another story. I went on YouTube and I watched video after video after video, and I still cannot figure out how to get my shuttle bus into drive. So, if you know anything about going from park to drive on the column, please leave a comment there and I will check it out and see if that's the problem. So, uh, if you have any suggestions whatsoever, I'm just a backyard mechanic, cabinet mechanic, over 20 years, but I still know things. Uh, Long story short, um, I bought the bus for $2,000, and as a non-runner, and she said it was a starter, and that there was two brand new batteries. So I kind of kicked that around, looked inside the bus, which I will be showing you guys here shortly. Um, shortly. And so she said it was a starter. Two brand new batteries was highly unlikely because it sat for over since 2018. So that's what, 5 years. Okay. Cables get buggered, sitting in the weather, hot and cold. They get corroded. But that's not the problem. Um, when I went there, I paid her $2,000. I took the batteries home, put them on charge. I just got a little trickle charger that fits in your hand. Took 36 hours to get one of the batteries up to full charge, which was the motor battery. The other battery was a cabin battery / motor battery. Apparently, they left the light on, and it sucked the battery dead as a doornail. So, um, so I took the full charge battery over to the lady's house, about 2 miles from here. Kicked it around, basically, and Dad hooked them up. Hooked the battery up, the one battery that went to the motor only, and so um, I went inside, made sure there was nothing on, electrical wise, you know. But who knows, who knows, because it was somebody else's rig, and there was all kinds of wires to the terminal gizmo that goes on the positive cable. There was like 3 wires going from every direction, which is the cabin comes from that direction. The motor came from this direction, and it all hooked up on that one terminal to the positive side, and then it had a ground on the negatory side. Okay. Um, this is my story, and so I am, yes, sir, serious power for Big Buck. I need to know any information that you've had in your past life, guys, of it being stuck in park, can't get to neutral, or I mean, can't get to reverse, wanting to go into reverse, you know. And so what I had to do was I looked at some YouTube videos. I mean, my head was pounding. It was just bomb, 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 bomb. I watched so many videos on so many different topics on this 1999 Ford E 450 Super Duty like Super Duty Bob, and um, it was a shuttle bus at one time. Thank God, the people that I bought it from, they were going to convert it over to a motorhome, so they ripped out all the seats and the wheelchair lift in the back. Left two seats behind the driver's side, so if you had any company to go with you, it was safe for them because they had a seatbelt and all. You'll see that soon. I'm in the house just warming up. I'm a little PO'd about the dogs tearing up my pack of cigarettes. But yes, I smoke. I know I'm trying to quit. And I will eventually once I get my life going in a straight line. The dogs got their heads down, you know, and I'm a little PO'd at them. Here's what's left. Thank God I only had 4 or 5 cigarettes in there. If I would have had a pack, those little dogs would have a red bottom. But all I could do is yell at them. That's all I will do because it's somebody else's dog. And I will let them know. Don't ever set down a pack of cigarettes in front of their little eyeballs on the park bench out back. That's my fault. So I can't do any more about that. So back to my rig. So I watched a lot of videos. And a lot of videos, they said what to do. They said to take off that plastic that's around the column. 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. Undo the gizmo that makes your wheel go forward, backwards. Take that all off. 3 little screws. Drop that little plastic cover. Put it off the side. Put your screws in your gizmo. And there, set it off to the side. And then go up on top so that you can see. Take that plastic off from up on top if you can. On mine, it's kind of stuck in there for some reason. So, and I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to leave it because the problem exists in the key cylinder. Now I watched the video. They said on that key cylinder, you get underneath there and you look up underneath the key cylinder and there's a little BB right there. That's the release mechanism, the release ball. Take a little pick or a screwdriver or whatever and press on that little ball bearing and it goes up and it unlocks your key cylinder. So your key cylinder will been in there a long time, so it took a lot of this to get it to come out. Once I got the key cylinder out, then it went in park, neutral, drive, second, first. Well, you still buggered because you got to have a key to turn on the rig. You can't just stick a screwdriver and do all this stuff. Then it's going to cost you thousands of dollars for a new deal, and I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars. I'm going to get him a nip in the butt. I haven't put another penny into that rig yet, and all I'm dealing with is this rig for $2,000. You'll be like, wow, he got a good deal on this. Yes, I did. Going into it as a non-runner. She sold it to me as a lump of coal in the middle of the driveway, and it's not going forward, backwards, and sideways. It's not moving. I didn't even hear the engine run. I just had faith in the Lord Jesus Christ upstairs, and my sister, my mother, and my dad looking down at me, and they're giving me this pulling power. My friends, Richard in New York City, or Saratoga, wherever he's at, pulling for me. Yeah, Bob's got something. That's right. Um, as of now, it's my forever home. It's something I could go fire. I will be able to fire it up and go from park to drive today. So what I did in the driveway over there was something that you would not believe. I took the doghouse off, and it was a bear. That's about 45 minutes, and this and this and that. Unscrew some panels, drop them, take the doghouse, try to get it unstuck from where it was for the last 25 years. Nobody's been in there. So I got the doghouse off. Right? Yep, got that doghouse off. And then I'm going, wow, this is a big power plant. I'm looking at the backside of that motor, and it's got like 24 valves. 24 valves. 10. No, no, I'm wrong. 30 valves. 30 valves. If you took off that head, you got these valves. No. 3 valves per cylinder. Powerhouse, baby. So what I did was, I know I go back and forth with my story, but I'm kind of giving you an idea where I'm at. You know, where I'm at in this deal. So then, yes, I do have a rubber hammer, but I'm not hitting nothing yet, Mr. Richard. Yeah, cigarettes are expensive here too. $8 or $9 a pack. Yeah, I watched a video of somebody tearing down a V10, and I'm gonna get ready to go outside to show you this project. Project, my project, your project. We're gonna get her done. So what I did was, okay, I took off the doghouse, set it off the side, looked in there to see if I seen any cables going up and down into along the tranny to see if something was broken. Maybe there's something broken. If you don't have nothing up here, you can't go down, can't go up, nothing, then there may be a cable broken in the tube. So that's why I took off the doghouse, you know, and to look at the transmission, make sure there was nothing leaking everywhere, exhaust leaks, any of that stuff, because everything goes there. But after I took the doghouse off, and you could get your fingers in between, nothing in there. So I got a project. I got the project from hell. But it's not from hell. It's from heaven and beyond my imagination. So I got the doghouse off. Looked in there. Couldn't find no tubes or cables and nothing. Seen a lot of tubes. I've seen a lot of hoses going to different places underneath the floor, like the air conditioner, like transmission in and out lines for fluid, you know, uh, some kind of brake on the back of the transmission for the drive line. Um, Seen that. Well, I've seen that from underneath. Excuse me. So I didn't have to take the doghouse off, but it was nice to take it off and have a little more room in there because I'm a big guy and my big fat feet are going to get in the way of the gas pedal and the brake because they're so close together. Um, but I look good in the seat. I look good. It's not really comfortable, but it's good enough. I want to get an air ride seat in that bad boy. Um, Air ride captain's chair is what I want. Um, So I had to take off a panel below the column. It goes like this. The very end bottom of the column um, is a panel with a light on there. Go ding 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 ding. Tells you um, stop. Stop what you're doing. Get your mind together. Um, just stop. So I did. Thank you, Richard, for all those comments. But you tell me how to get it from park to reverse. That's your job. And your job is to all my subs around the whole wide world is to pick out a name for my new girl. No, Esther, it's not a two-legged girl. It's that girl out there in the driveway. It's gonna have a sweet name, and then Esther's gonna think I'm cheating on her, but I'm not. Okay, back to the bus. So I watched some videos, and it said that um, once you get the key cylinder out, then it will go and park, reverse, neutral, drive, 2 and 1. Um, and it did, and it did. Um, but you got to, as you pull that key cylinder out, I pulled it all the way out. I went, oh no! I pulled it all the way out. What am I gonna do now? And I started to put a screwdriver in there. And I went, whoa! What am I doing? Boy, I almost messed up. So then, let's see here. Then what happened? Tried to figure out how to put that cylinder back, and I seen a little BB underneath it. And I'm going, I need to get that BB go up, but it's just showing itself. So you got to turn the key as you're holding the cylinder, and it sucks that little BB back up. And then you put it in the cylinder inside the steering column, and it goes. And then when some bitch I was supposed to just pull it out of there and leave it inside the column, but just pulled out just enough to get it in reverse, neutral, drive, second, and first, right? So it's freed up. Well, I'm over there, a couple miles from the house. Let me back up a little bit. I called a wrecker, and I said, Mr. Wrecker Man, I've got a V10 E450 Super Duty handicap bus. And he said $500. $500 just to come and hook it up and drag it 2 miles. I'm going, holy smokes. That's a lot of money. $500. That's a lot of money to a retired man like me. Retired, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I'm just retired. Broken down, retired old man. So I said, wow, is that for everybody around here? I figure I could get a tow with a wrecker, would just come up, lift it up, undo the drive lane, and spend about an hour and drag it home. Just an hour. It's $200 an hour. So I said, where do you get off doing 500? Well, I gotta have an extra guy with me so he can back me in, and blah 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 blah. And I said, wow, you guys love stabbing people in the back. And then I said, sorry about saying that. Click, hung up on it. I said, I'll find somebody else. Thanks, anyways. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. He said to me. He says, I'll do it for $450. And I said, no, you're not going to do it for nothing 50. I'll just figure it out. Thank you, anyways. Click. $450 to tow me up here. Said 500 at first because it was raining out. I guess it costs more to get towed if it's raining or snowing out than it is hot blistering sunshine. I think it should be all regulated where there is so much cost to hook up. what, $100 just to hook it up? Come on. I could hook it up for $5. And I could pull your rig to your house, for so much mileage. You know, that's the way they should do it. But they don't do it that way no more. It's all about the big money nowadays. They hook up a car, still cost you $500. They hook up a bus, it's $500. They hook up a semi truck, it's $500 for the first mile, I guess. Yeah, that's ridiculously stupid. So I said, no, thank you, quick. So I went back to the bus. I'm in the bus, and I'm going right on. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, second, and first. Okay. So then I pushed on that little BB, pulled it out just a little bit, just enough so that I could turn it on. Right? Turn on the bus. Hear that motor fire up for the first time, right? And sure enough. But let me back up a little bit. Here we go again. I go back up to tell you. Dad was in front of the rig, and we just got there. Fresh battery, it's a quarter tank of gas. I turned on the key just enough to show us how much fuel's in there, and we looked at all the different fluids, made sure that there was nothing low on nothing, and filled them up. And the only thing that was low was coolant. On the stick, on the transmission stick, perfect, just red, no water. On the oil stick, kind of brownish, needs changed. Um, check the steering fluid. Yes, it has power steering, baby. It's perfect, right at full. Check the coolant. It was a little low. Added some. Big giant jug in there. Um, yeah, it's a sealed radiator. It's got a big jug up on top. Don't even have a breather or nothing on the radiator. Steering fluid, brake fluid. Brake fluid was fine. Hydraulic fluid was fine. Hydraulics, yeah. It's something that big. It's got hydraulic fluid slash what training fluid, right? Checked all the fluids, fine. So Dad says, "Son, fire it up." So I'm like, "Okay, let me pump it a couple times first." So I pumped it a couple times to make sure the pedal was free. Because one time I had a car and I never checked it and blew the motor up. So this reminded me to pump up the gas pedal, pump up the brake pedal, make sure everything's working. You know. So then did that, and then I said, "Dad, I'm gonna start." He says, "Go ahead." So as soon as it just went over once, it fired up. What? Oh, holy shit! It wasn't the starter. Problem solved, I thought. So I left it running. Just fired right up. In idle mode, just fired up. And I said, wow, we got a rig. Oh man, this 2,000 bucks looks better and better every time I look at it. And left it running. Shit, it's been parked 5 years. Basically, when they wanted to go somewhere, they get one of those 3-day stickers to go from here to there. Little slip you put in the window, 3-day pass. $30, whatever it was. And then I went, yeah! And I said it so loud, all the neighbors looked around. I was floored, boy. Scared the hell out of my dad. He thought I was going to run him over or something. And then he says, quiet, quiet, quiet. Well, nobody's around. It's cold, windy out, cold. Nobody's outside. And I don't care if they are. I really don't care. So it fired up. So after about 10, 15 minutes. I said, Dad, get in there and see if you get it, go forward. Oh, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I got back up, tell a little bit of the story. Let me back up a few minutes. Before I had my dad there, we came and put in the battery and fired it up, warmed it up and stuff. And then I said, "Hey, Dad, get in there and put it in drive. Let's drive it out of this mud hole a little bit." You know, and that's when we realized, when he realized, uh, brain fart. No, that's not what happened, right, Bob? Brain fart. Huh. When I was there, and I paid the $2,000, right? I got the batteries, took them home, charged them up, and then I was doing some Google search and all that stuff on how to fire up a motor with a bad starter and all that stuff. Well, anyways, I had a brain fart, and Dad was laying right here in the living room, and I said, I'm gonna go put that dog box back on, and I'm gonna button it up just like before I even got it. And he says, "Oh, okay." Well, he didn't know I was looking at videos on how to start it and pull out that cylinder and all that other stuff. So then I went over there, and instead of putting the dog box back on, that's when I tore into that bottom half of the steering column, pulled out the deal, had it free. And then I called Dad. I said, "Dad, get your pants on, man. Get ready. We got to come back here and get this thing." I just drove it 4 feet. You know? And how I drove it 4 foot was when I pulled it down and I stuck that cylinder back in, it locked, right? So all I could do is start it in neutral and then put it in drive. And that's how I drove the 4 feet. That's when I called Dad, get ready, and I went and got him. Then he got in the seat, and I told him, I said, "Listen, Dad, start it in neutral. Don't put it up in reverse or park, then we're screwed and I have to redo it again. Just leave it in neutral and then go down for drive or second or first." He said, "Okay." So he did. Um, as I was directing him, he fired it up, put it in second, and pulled it forward. He's really nervous because there's a tree right there and there's overhang of the house right there. And it was only about 3 feet away. So I said, "Dad, turn this way, and the home would go that way, away from the house. And then we're out of here." So he got to drive it the first 2 miles from there to here. And man, I was right behind him, and he likes to drive fast all the time. So I seen it swaying. I seen all the lights working in the rear. I seen everything that I wanted to see work. The brake lights, the turn signals, and all that stuff. And it running going down the road. So this little video is just a little update story on the E450 Super Duty, baby. It's a Ford. First on race day. Hell yeah. So I know there's 3 people there watching. All right. I want you all to comment over there, like Richard just did. He commented over there, said a couple things. And I want all you to go over there and comment too, um, of my story, and if that added up, if that sounded good to you, if that whatever. Okay. This is actually going to be part one. Part two will be in an hour from now. I'm going to get me some lunch. I'm going to get juiced up. And then I'm going to go out there. I'm going to take this out there. I'm going to set it up, get the power all hooked up to the house, and home on wheels. Yeah, baby. Oh my wheels, huh, son? We got a home, and work on it. You know? So please join me in my adventure, Bob and Son's Adventures in Bob and Son's new home. You know, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna do all kinds of things. This is my year. I'm 55 years young. Next month's my birthday. Hell yeah, baby! Next month's my 56th birthday. And I will be a proud owner of a 1999 Ford E450 Super Duty bus. You're going to look at that bus and say, oh my God, that guy got a good deal. Well, yesterday, for instance, this is how I like to do things, you know. I like to work on a clean project. That thing was scuzzy. It was dirty on the outside, dirty on the inside. So I broke out the power washer, and see, it took 3.5 hours to power wash that bus. 3.5 hours because the first bit of the water, just like a rinse off all that scuzz. You know, it's parked under a tree, had a ton of branches, crap, you know, up on top of it. And see, it's fiberglass up there, so it don't leak. It don't leak at all. Yeah, they say what to do with those spark plugs is back it out just a little bit, take the pressure off of it, and then go forward like you're tightening them up again, and just back it out, go forward, back it out, and go forward. Loosen them up just a little bit at a time. Click, 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 click. You know, and never put a power gun on that sucker. Just use a ratchet, half-inch ratchet is all you need, with a heavy duty. Um, what they say to use is a compact drive socket because it's stronger. And if you could get in that head, if you could get in there to that head, then it's better off for you because it's a one shot deal, baby. And I mean, I will be showing you all where the spark plugs are and all that on camera on my telephone, um, on my other station. I think my camera on my phone's on my, what is that, 2025, Rich? What was it say? My other YouTube station, 2025, um, Philippines, and I don't know what it is. Richard knows what it is. Hey, Rich, right there on comments what my other YouTube is. 2025 something 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 something. And I believe that's on my phone. Um, my other blog channel. Because I'm going to do two of them instantaneously, one here and one there. The phone to move around, make it easier to move around. And I'll put this laptop stationary on the inside to the outside, a little bit here and there. Uh, See, I'm dumbfounded now. I know. I'm going to have Richard write and comment about my 2025 YouTube station. Uh, it's new to me, so yeah, go there. Subscribe, comment, please, and I'm going to use both stations to both vlogs to do different things, different cameras stuff. Uh, this one's really good for stationary. I can put it on my chest, move it around a little bit, bounce around and stuff. Show you the dog. Show you Jack over there. That's how Jack sleeps, you know. That's Jack. Hey, Jack, you're in trouble, dude. And Jack's in trouble. And then I got Luna and Sunshine over there sleeping together. Yeah, Son's got his old lady. And there's my deal from a camera. Uh, oh, there it is. Okay, thanks, Rich. Yeah, the reason why I said 2025 and beyond in the Philippines, it's going to take a couple of years to figure out where I'm at. You know, and at the same time, I'm hoping to be on the road. Uh, I'm gonna say when it starts to cool off here because I want to go through the whole bus. I want to go through the whole bus from the motor all the way back. I want to do some brand new, brand name parts. And I'm going to do all the work myself. So it's going to take all summer, you know. And I'm going to make sure you guys come with me for the ride. So it's, I'm a backyard mechanic. I know this, I know that. And what I don't know, I go to YouTube and see if they're right or wrong, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to tackle that engine. This morning now, I went out there and I looked at all the fuses inside the bus, and there's no blown fuses inside the bus. So I'm going to go back out there shortly here. I'll bring you all with me on my part two video in around, I'm going to say I'll be ready by 1:30 Pacific time. That's 4:30 Eastern time. And 4:30, 3:30. Rick's a couple hours ahead of me. So I'll be ready at 1:30 Pacific time, and that will be part two video of the um, 1999 Ford E 450 Super Duty and whatever else I wrote on there. My little brain can't remember all that. So, uh, okay, stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all soon. And I'll talk to y'all in about 45, 50 minutes. So I got to hurry up. I got to go do the dishes real quick, get them in the dishwasher. Um, uh, Eat, and then take my camera and uh, laptop, go set it up in the bus, put my camera on the tripod, and take you guys with me, and I'll do both YouTube stations at the same time if it lets me. If it lets me, I just got. I like to be brutally honest. Brutally honest. I had a video about 2 weeks ago, and we were just having fun and listening to music and watching shows and that stuff. And I got a community strike against me on this station. So I got to start cleaning up my mouth, and I got to start just doing what they say to do in order to keep my channel. You know, and it's nice to be back to what is it, Bob Cooper's YouTube something blog. Bob Cooper's live YouTube blog. I like this one better because it's on my laptop and I can kick back in the house and I can visit all you and I can see what I'm doing. I'm not freezing. But I will be freezing here shortly outside and you'll be freezing with me. So get ready for the ride and I'll talk to you all at 1:30 Pacific time. Love y'all. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, and thumbs up. God bless y'all. Love y'all. And come back soon, you hear?